Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, call halal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakahaw. Once again, double honors go out to the apostles, bishops, and elders, all right, who deserve double honors, who rule well. Salutations also go out to the fellow Akim that are out there on the highways and byways pushing the truth across the four corners of this earth. All right, while time still permits us to do so, because if you're aware, you know that indeed time grows short. These prophecies ain't no joke. And we're like, yes, finally, an end to this shit. And this is a video that I hope, all right, it's going to highlight just how crafty these devils have been in their wickedness towards us to devise a prison so, I don't want to say perfect, but damn near when you think about it. You have, of course, with this judicial system such as it is here in America, everybody knows about the 13th Amendment, at least I hope you do by now, and how it's craftily worded. All right, point being, slavery never ended. All they did was learn to dress it up, disguise it better. All right. This whole thing, and the apostles and the elders did a video, years ago. It was like 30-something parts to it, about America being the open-air prison for the Israelites, something to title, something to that effect. And I encourage you, if you can still find it, to look at those videos, because they are indeed correct. This is what it's about, and this video is going to go into that. And of course, you have on the screen here Cat Williams, but he's going to go in and play a clip of James Baldwin back in the day, talking about how Hollywood is such an important part, all right, in casting this illusion. At the end of the day, this is witchcraft, all right, and we've told you this time and time again, but so many of our people are caught up in this illusion, all right. But we're coming into a time now, as was prophesied, of Jacob's trouble. All illusions going to be, shattered. And a lot of you are going to get a huge fucking dose of reality, the likes of which a lot of you are going to be unable to process. It's bad enough you see Jake, we're out there, on the highways and byways, and you just pan the camera and see how Jake can't handle what's going on now, self-medicate, however they do it. But you have to understand, this was meant, as we're going to get into this video, and quick smacking my lips, it's going to go into, this was designed this way. All right, and people that come over here, these immigrants, initially, they can't even see it. But when they do, they're like, you know what? You'll hear them say, yeah, I'm here just to build up my money, and then I'm going back home, because they see the shit. But Jake, because we're born into it, and it's generational, and we're going to get in that, but let's go ahead and roll this clip.
Cat Williams proves that James Baldwin was right all along. This old clip of James Baldwin aligns with everything Cat Williams has been telling us.
What it does to you, if the world does it to you long enough and effectively enough, you begin to do it to yourself. Mm-hmm. You become a collaborator, an accomplice of your own murderers, because you believe the same things they do. They think it's important to be white, and you think it's important to be white. Mm-hmm. They think it is shameful to be black, and you think it is shameful to be black. And you have no corroboration around you of any other sense of life. All those corroborations which are around you are, in terms of the white majority standards, so deplorable, they frighten you to death. You don't eat watermelon. You get so rigid you can't dance. You can hardly move by the time you're 14. Mm-hmm. You're always scrubbed and shining. A parody of God knows what, because no white person's ever been, as clean as you have been forced to become.
Cat Williams had a crazy year in 2024. He started by shaking up the entire industry with his All Lies Will Be Exposed talk on Shannon Sharp's podcast. But in another of his podcast appearances, Cat Williams mentioned something that James Baldwin had been preaching for many years: propaganda in Hollywood and how it shapes how people view themselves.
Hollywood is not really there to entertain you. Like, that's great that happens, but propaganda is something that is important to all civilization.
Cat Williams and James Baldwin both have spoken out about
These are all tactics of war. We've been at war ever since we were scooped up, Western Africa and wherever else. All right. But a lot of Jake, after so many generations, and it's natural to a degree, you want rest, but this is not our rest. This is, and thereby goes the part where I talk about this illusion, this carefully crafted illusion that you actually have a chance. How they manipulate you into thinking that everything's a-okay from the time that you first go to start school. All this shit you're brought up in this, it's all lies and propaganda. Wow. And it's no small thing that we're still here. But the Most High had promised, when we get this scripture here, that we would not be totally consumed. And this, I know here in Habakkuk it says, let's see, where was it? Behold, ye among the heathen, and regard and wonder marvelously, for I will work a work in your days which ye will not believe, though it be told you. And what's part of that work? That we are not, hold on, let me get it. Here it is. Wiped out, and especially these Edomites are like, damn, it's not happening quick enough. That's why things are picking up, because especially with these Israelis, and you got vocab out there. He's amazed that more and more people are waking up to the fact that they are Israelites, and this thing is moving so quickly. So now they got to take drastic steps. They're trying to move up, that schedule for establishing that new world order. This is Malachi 3:6. For I am the Most High Yahweh. I change not. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. And a big part of what Baldwin is talking about here with Cat Williams, something we've stressed all along. And I'm going to keep using this because, again, this goes deeper than just Stockholm. All right, we're under the curses. But what he's talking about here, when you, as the word it's going to use here, when he said you start taking on the same mentality as the oppressor, right? Well, that's what this is. Colonial mentality, again, is an internalized ethnic, linguistic, or cultural inferiority complex. What's an inferiority complex? What is he describing here? In psychology, an inferiority complex is a consistent feeling of inadequacy. All the mockery, you've seen, I'm sure, the videos and books that were, highlighted, the caricatures of the past of our people constantly. And what do you think our people developed as a result? All right, an inferiority complex is a consistent feeling of inadequacy, often resulting in the belief that one is in some way deficient or inferior to others. According to Alfred Adler, a feeling of inferiority may be brought about by upbringing as a child. No shit. For example, being consistently compared unfavorably to a sibling, or, as in the case, being called what? all kinds of bywords and, monkey, coon, tar baby, whatever have you. All right. Physical and mental limitations or experiences of lower social status. For example, being treated unfavorably by one's peers. An inferiority complex may cause an individual to overcompensate in a number of ways. For example, a person who feels inferior because they are shorter than average, also known as Napoleon complex, due to common modern day heightism, may become overly concerned with how to appear to others. Blah, 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 blah. I hope you get the point. All right. So let's go back. All right. Inferiority complex imposed on people as a result of colonization. Wow. For example, being invaded and conquered by another nation state and then being gaslit, often through the educational system, into linguistic imperialism and cultural assimilation. To the T that describes what has happened. Through an instilled belief that the language and culture of the colonizer are superior to their own heritage, languages, and cultures. Such a mentality may also be developed among the descendants of families who chose voluntary immigration to another nation state only to be similarly gaslit, bullied, and shamed for their bilingualism. Loyalty to any elements of their ancestral culture and ability to speak immigrant languages. How much more those that were forced? Had nowhere else to go. Think about that. All right, because in all of these, you're going to notice they shy away from what the Southern Kingdom went through. And I'm not discounting, trust me, the Northern Kingdom, damn, that word, I just heard it the other day, I have trouble with. It's Inca, let's see if I can try to, God dang it, I can't. Always incoming, let's see. No, it's one M. Let's see. Income. Let's see. Hold on. I cannot. Let's see. Or commission. No, that's wait a minute. Hold on. I think I can see it, please. It's the. Let me put it this way. Let's see. What the hell? Salak is. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Spanish system of slavery. Slavery and colonial Spanish. Let's see. Spanish control system. I think this is it. Damn it. I just saw it. All right. Let's see. Colonial system. I always have trouble with this word. I just saw it before I clicked on this. Let's see. Here it is. Encomienda. And let's see. This is a private. Damn it. See, encomienda or slavery, the Spanish Crown's choice of labor organization in 16th century Spanish America. So for those of you that want to deny, all right, that the Northern Kingdom, that is the so-called Latin tribes and the North American so-called Indians, Gad and Reuben, are not Israelites, well, these are the curses that also that befell us, befell them. It says when the Spaniards conquered the New World, they resorted to a form of native labor organization called and forgive me if I mispronounce it, encomienda. The encomienda differed from slavery in that the crown imposed inheritance, trading, and relocation restrictions on encomienderos. Such restrictions cost the crown revenue by providing incentives for colonists to deplete more quickly the stock of native labor and by keeping native labor in areas of low revenue productivity. This loss of revenue makes the crown's preference for the encomienda curious. All right. It says the crown opted for the encomienda, however, to secure its rule and to satisfy an ideological bias against slavery. All right, let's see. When the Spanish conquered the New World, blah, 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 blah. I already read that. Inheritance, let's see. I have to go. Let me get this word here. Hold on. I have to remember that because I keep. Okay. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. Here we go. All right. It says I'm reading, going down here. The encomienda was first established in Spain following the Christian Reconquista, which was, let's get that. All right, was a series of military and cultural campaigns that European Christian kingdoms waged against the Muslim kingdoms following Muslim conquest of the Iberian Peninsula, which is Portugal and Spain, by the Umayyad Caliphate, who was it Turks? Let's see. After the death ruled by the dynasty, and the third Russian Caliphate. Let's see. Let's see. Umayyad dynasty, clan within the tribe who were ruling family of the Caliphate, pre-Islamic period, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But where were they from? Early was Caliphate, members. God damn it. Let's see, Caliphate with its capital in Damascus. All right, so we're talking about Syria. All right. Let's see. Central Asia, let's see, Turkestan. All right, Chinese Turkestan. I could have sworn, but anyway, let's go back to where we were. All right, so Reconquista, Battle of 718 or 722. All right. Let's go further. That's what it pertains to. Okay. Nope. Back. The conquest. Let's see. Hold on. I'm almost there. Let's see. Following a Muslim resurgence under the Almohads in the 12th century, the great Moorish strongholds fell to Christian forces in the 13th century after the decisive battle of Las Navas de Tolosa. God dang it. Yeah, that's going to be a lesson in itself, but to go along with this video, the conquest is followed by a series of edicts by guess who? From 1499 to 1526 was forced to the conversions of Muslims in Castile, Navarre, and Aragon. Okay, now we're up to who were later expelled from the Iberian realms of the Spanish crown by a series of decrees starting in 1609. All right. And they're driven out of Spain, Muslims. Okay. Yeah, that's a whole different. All right, but as it pertains to the Northern Kingdom over on this side, let's see. Early 16th century. There it is. On a labor of particular groups of indigenous peoples held in perpetuity by the grant holder called the encomendero. Starting from the new laws of 1542, the encomienda ended up ended upon the death of the encomendero and was replaced by the repartimiento. Okay. Whew. It says encomiendas devolved from their original Iberian form into a form of communal slavery. This is what I was looking for. In the encomienda, the Spanish crown granted a person a specific number of natives from a specific community, but did not dictate which individuals in the community would have to provide their labor. Indigenous leaders were charged with mobilizing the access tribute and labor. In turn, encomienderos were to ensure that the natives were given instruction in Catholicism, there we go, and the Spanish language to protect them from warring tribes or pirates, to suppress rebellion against Spaniards, all right, and maintain infrastructure. The natives provided tributes in the form of metals, maize, wheat, pork, and other agricultural products. With the ousting of Christopher Columbus in 1500, the Spanish crown had him replaced with Francisco de Bobadilla. Bobadilla was succeeded by a royal governor, Fray Nicolas de Ovando, who established the formal encomienda system. In many cases, natives were forced to do hard labor and subjected to extreme punishment and death if they resisted. However, Queen Isabella I of Castile forbade slavery of the native population and deemed the indigenous to be free vassals of the crown. Various versions of the laws of the Indies from 1512 onwards attempted to regulate the interactions between the settlers and natives. Both natives and Spaniards appealed to the real for relief under the encomienda system. Encomiendas have often been characterized by the geographical displacement of the enslaved and breakup of communities and family units. But in New Spain, the encomienda ruled the free vassals of the crown through existing community hierarchies, and the natives remained in their settlements with their families. So it was just, they had a slicker way of doing things, is what all this is telling me. All right. And that which leaves, again, with this illusion that I was talking about, it leaves a lot of people not realizing you're still a slave. But you are. That's why we need salvation. All right? Let's continue with the video here. Like I say, they're very crafty devils. Psalms 83. You know, they all came together to forge this prison. I saw, I wish I got to find it. I took the screenshot. I got it stored somewhere where you have ancient Roman soldier. I can't remember if he was a soldier or he was politician. I can't remember. But he's talking to, someone from the revived Roman Empire, meaning closer to present day, and he's telling him, he's explaining to him how they deceived everyone and how they're running things and how they're running so smooth, and the ancient Roman soldiers like, fuck, that's all we had to do, but this is that, again, prophecy being fulfilled. This is this power from the first. In fact, let's get Revelation 13. That's what it's talking about. All right. This is the image of that. Let's see. All right. 13. Let's see. 13:11, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. All right. And he exercises all the power of the first beast before him. What is it talking about? It's talking about the ancient Roman Empire, and causeth the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. Right, look at the architecture here, and this goes way back even beyond ancient Rome, because this is goes to the spirit of the Edomites. All right, when you look at, and it's funny to me how they try to hide this and blame it on the Nabateans, but no. When you look up Petra and you see all that ancient Edomite architecture, nothing has changed from how they built it. That's because it's in their spirit. Look it up if you don't already know. All right. So it's it's describing them to a T. Let's continue.
About the influence of propaganda in Hollywood, though their approaches and contexts differ significantly due to the eras they lived in and their respective fields of work. James was an author, a story writer, and I'm sure he read a lot. He saw that there was something consistent about how the media shaped and spoke of certain people. James understood that you need to break away from how the media classes you as a person. It's probably a struggle he may have had in his personal life concerning his worldview.
And you got somehow to begin to break out of all of that and try to become yourself. You know, it's hard for anybody, but it's very hard if you're born black in a white society. Hard because you've got to divorce yourself from the standards of that society.
Kat, on the other hand, has seen the evolution of Hollywood, or lack thereof. He's seen that many things change, but at the core, what stays the same is the propaganda machine. That is Hollywood. How it's set to run is basically to ensure that people are fed information that they'll believe and live. Ice Cube said it best. Hollywood isn't always about money. Sometimes it's about spreading a message.
Well, I think Hollywood has two agendas. It's profit, but it's also propaganda.
Really? Tell me more.
Yeah, well, I think they want to influence society, you know, with these movies, you know, and sometimes that's more important than making the money.
The world at the moment is spreading a message that is being forced upon everyone regardless of race or creed. It got so bad that women competing against men in their own sports was being pushed on us as normal. But it's not. Even Caitlyn Jenner doesn't agree that that's normal. But that's the message we've been being fed. Art is one of the most beautiful things because it allows us to see the world differently. But there's a real danger when art isn't art, but rather a repeated message. There's many other messages like this. Comment some on the comments section below.
See, you have to understand these JOOs, they got checked, and that was a big blow to their egos back in the early 20s when you had the Weimar Republic and all that going on. And this is what Hitler wrote about in his Mein Kampf. He was complaining because that was also a hotbed of all kinds of wickedness, to include homosexuality and transvestites and all that other, all kind of wickedness. And he had them motherfuckers in check. So they had to spin this, this web of lies, this story about them being us, in effect, because there's written documentation that they didn't identify as us until the mid, 1860s, something like that. So, and everybody bought it. Everybody bought the lie. And people are still paying them for what, I don't know. Especially when it comes to here. They got America wrapped around their little pinky. They run this shit. Alright? So, in effect, their great boogeyman, Hitler, had prevented Germany from becoming what America is now. And I have heard, some of his speeches that were translated into English, and he's not talking about them per se the majority of the time. It's about rebuilding, again, like he said, propaganda. Goebbels was right. You tell a lie, long enough. All right. Hey. But that's going to be it for this video. Damn, that's all the more reason why, we got to get out of here. And it's happening. It's happening. Like I say, things are speeding up now. These people are losing their shit because they're realizing that no one's believing in them like they used to. And again, that's prophecy. There's an end to all empires, and America is an empire. All right? The whole world is tired of the so-called white man. I'll put it that way. No, this is the time where he's being exposed, no matter where he is. All right? For what and who he truly is. So with that, I'm not going to hold you any longer. I hope whoever views this video, again, which is edified. Yeah, they did a job on Jake. Whether you're Northern or Southern Kingdom, they did a job on us. And now we're coming into very, very dangerous times. All right? It's coming to a point where every man is going to be every man for himself, that type of shit. Hey, Jacob's trouble. Hey, so with that, until the next video, hey, shalom.